Hi, it's a beautiful, beautiful early evening on Friday the 2nd of August. Dr. Lucy Shenton was the GP looking after Maeve in her final months, who it seems sort of bent over backwards for Maeve really. There was an indication from Lucy Shenton, the statement from the evidence this morning, that actually her kind of sense is that, apart from what she said, there was one doctor at the hospital who shared their skepticism over ME being a physical condition. But she said apart from that, she never heard, any sort of problematic views being shared with her from the hospital, from the doctors at the hospital. But the implication being was that there were issues with the community nursing and I think possibly social workers as well. So, and this was kind of reiterated and supported by Sarah Boothby, mum, her questions of the kind of stand-in community matron, right? And during the questions, Sarah Boothby, it's the first time I've heard her, couldn't see her, heard her fall apart. And it sounds like there was a week, and I don't have my notes to hand, I'm really tired. But there was a week where she was desperately, every day, calling the community nurses to try to get hold of somebody to help her, to give instructions on how to use the equipment, like the bedpan and stuff. It's their job to train, carers in that. And they ignored her all week. They ignored her, and there was nothing in the notes about her having tried to call. And during this whole period, there continued to be apparently conversations happening unrecorded between the nurses, community nurses and social workers, really doubting Sarah Boothby, I suppose the Munchausen kind of thing. I was slightly confused, and bearing in mind I've only attended half of the inquest, so I probably missed some really important parts along the way. Anyway, so I hadn't planned to talk about that, but there was that. So, and that, hearing Sarah Boothby fall apart like that, just desperate for help. All she wanted was somebody to tell her how to use the equipment, and they couldn't even do that. And all of this, of course, I mean, it's this in the context of Sarah Boothby pushing back and saying, no, you can't come and visit Maeve, which obviously most people don't understand. They see that as a personal rebuttal and a refusal of, well, we're just trying to help, why aren't you accepting our help? It's like Dr. Prague's, her statement to Maeve, which is, you need to help us to help you. It's this fundamental failure to understand what ME is and how it works. In severe ME cases, I'm talking severe ME here, there is no energy spare to tolerate visitors. So it's not a personal slight. It's not a, we're ringing you 1 minute asking for help and then we're not letting you in. It's because actually we're just troublesome, tricky people. It's the fact that a visit exacerbates symptoms and deteriorates the severe ME sufferer, right? So I'm kind of at the end of engaging. The inquest finished today. It's come at oh God, I feel pathetic saying this. It comes at a personal cost, engaging with this, because it is really, really frustrating, profoundly sad, infuriating set of circumstances. I never managed to plan and come out with a tissue. You know what I mean? Come on, Louise. Get a tissue next time. So I'm shattered, exhausted. Can't even imagine. I cannot even imagine how Sarah Boothby and Sean O'Neill must feel, but particularly Sarah Boothby right now, given that she was Maeve's carer for those, final years. Anyway, what's really set me off is I've just picked up a comment. Literally, this is what's prompted this video. Picked up a comment from somebody who watched my video, yesterday's video, the day 8 video, the tragic case of Maeve Boothby-O-Neill. And this person is apparently under Exeter. I assume that means the Royal Devon and Exeter Hospital. I don't know if there are more hospitals there. I don't know, right? I haven't looked that up. But she's in Exeter somewhere. And she said she's now, her sole nutrition feeding is through a TPN. So I had to quickly Google that, and I was sort of familiar with the term because I think it was something that was contemplated for Maeve, but I don't think it was given. And it has to do with, I think, feeding that's intravenous, I think, that bypasses the gastric. It's where the kind of your gastrointestinal functioning, I think, is kind of stopped. So you have to need to get your nutrition other ways. And this person is on this. She was diagnosed with CFS, but now she's in hospital. Oh God, I really do need a tissue. Sorry about it. Sorry. She has been told this is post-infectious IBS. Now she's in hospital, and she's been referred to a psychologist. And so many of her symptoms just sound like Maeve. And she's watching these videos and, hearing these stories about Maeve and terrified that it's happening again, it's happening to her. And I don't know what to do. I just... There are people right now struggling and suffering. I just really want to help. And I don't know how to help. I just really right now, and I'm emotional, I'm tired and struggling with my own energy. So, but I'm gonna, ponder this, but she doesn't feel believed, and I think this is the key thing that's come through everything with Maeve, is just not being believed. And it's just so abusive. And anyway, I don't even know if I'll post this because it's a bit of a mess and I'm a mess. It saddens me so deeply that there are people right now in hospitals going through exactly what Maeve went through. And I just hope somebody who matters maybe sees this video, who works at Exeter, and, pays attention and takes responsibility or something. I don't know. Anyway, to any of you out there who are struggling, who are suffering. Yeah. I don't know what to say except for some of us believe you. It's a shame I'm not a doctor. Ugh, I'm into theatre. I'm a theatre academic. I'm not a doctor. I gave up chemistry at 14. So not on the cards. But also, so yes, so you are believed. And also, all the best to Maeve's parents. And I think you've been astonishing, and I've learnt so much from you, and your experience, and Maeve's experience. And she sounded like the most beautiful person. It's a real loss that she's not with us anymore. And I'm crying happy. Take care, everybody.